Remove the clamp bracket. Remove the lock pin and control pin from the selector control lever. Remove the bolts securing the shift cable holder. Then separate the shift cable from the selector control lever. Check the shift cable end collar for wear or damage, and replace the shift cable. Remove the hose clamp from the clamp bracket. Remove the starter. Remove the 6 drive plate bolts at the opening of the starter while rotating the engine crankshaft pulley. Attach the universal lifting eyelet to the cylinder head with the spacer and bolt. Install the engine hanger adapter to the engine support hanger, then install the engine support hanger onto the vehicle, and attach the hook to the universal lifting eyelet. Tighten the wing nut by hand, and lift and support the engine, IMA motor and transmission. Remove steering joint cover, and the steering joint from the steering gearbox pinion shaft, then install the steering wheel holder tool. Remove the ground cable terminal bracket. Remove the bolts and nuts, and the transmission bracket. Remove the upper and front transmission holding mounting bolts. Place a jack under the transmission. Insert a hex wrench in the top of the ball joint pins, and remove the nuts, then separate the stabilizer links from both stabilizer ends. Remove the lock pins and the castle nuts, and separate the lower arms from both knuckles using the ball joint remover. Remove the cotter pins and the nuts, and separate the tie rod and ball joints from both knuckles. Remove the harness clamp from the clamp bracket, then disconnect the EPS motor 3P connector, the torque sensor 6P connector, and the EPS motor angle sensor 8P connector. Disconnect the CVTF cooler hoses from the CVTF cooler pipes, then plug the CVTF cooler hoses and the pipes. Remove the bolt and the CVTF filter with the CVTF filter holder, then hang the CVTF filter on body. Remove the secondary HO2S harness clamp from the clamp bracket on the steering gearbox. Remove the torque rod bolt from the transmission. Remove the torque rod nut and bolt from the front subframe, and remove the lower torque rod. Support the front subframe with a piece of wood and a jack. Remove the 6 bolts securing the front subframe, and then remove the subframe with the steering gearbox. Remove the drive shaft cover. Remove the torque rod bracket. Remove the left and right drive shafts from the differential. Coat all precision machined surfaces with clean engine oil, then put plastic bags over drive shaft ends, and hang the drive shafts on the body. Remove the rear and lower transmission housing mounting bolts. Slide the transmission away from the engine or IMA motor to remove the transmission from the vehicle. The motor rotor contains very strong magnets and should be handled with special care. Keep pieces of metal and all foreign particles out of the motor rotor during the transmission removal. Keep the motor rotor away from magnetically sensitive devices. Do not blow air near the rotor, as metal particles may get on the magnets. Remove the flywheel assembly with the rubber sealing ring and the 2 dowel pins. Check the drive plate and the flywheel support for wear or damage, and replace the drive plate and the flywheel support if necessary.